Hello, 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 beautiful people. Beautiful people, I am coming to you live all the way from the Sunshine State of California, the beautiful city of Sacramento. It is getting so late, or should I say it's already too late and it's almost morning. Depending on what part, it is morning actually, depending on what part of the world that you are watching me from. Depending on what part of the world that you are watching me from. Some of you are waking up, some of you are going to bed, and some of you going to work, and some of you are going to church. I just want to say hello, 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 and welcome. Thanks for watching. If you're watching right now, I want you to know that I do appreciate you. If you are going to be watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I do appreciate you too. I wanted to get to this video before I head to bed today. That's right. I wanted to do this video before I head to bed today. And don't forget to comment and tell me what part of the world that you are watching me from. Don't forget to comment and tell me what part of the world that you are watching me from. So who am I? My name is Christy Iwuchukwu from the Women's Coaching Association, where coaches, professionals get together to educate, connect, and collaborate with one another to grow their businesses. That's right. I am super excited. You probably have seen the title of today's video. The title of today's video is three foolproof ways to eliminate barriers with your audience, your listeners during your presentation. That's right. During your presentation. But today we are only going to focus on part one. It's going to be a 3-part series. I just want to focus on part one. Tomorrow we'll be diving in on part 2 and 3. So before even I get started, I want to tell you, if you have been following me, you probably have heard me talk about this. Growing up, one of the things that I really look forward to every night, I didn't really think about it, but now that I look back, it was one of the things I look forward to every night. And that was the folklore stories that the elders would tell every night. It was so long ago, but I still remember some of it as if it was yesterday. That's why we get to know so much about the tortoise, because most of the stories had to do with, there's always something about the tortoise with the stories. But anyhow, so stories, you can teach a lesson through stories. And when the elders want to impart knowledge and wisdom and pass down information, most of the time it's done through stories. And why? Because our brains are wired for stories. It's one of the oldest method of communication that we know. We love stories. It's very memorable. You may not remember everything, but if that lesson, a story is attached to that lesson, you will most likely remember it because of the story. So story definitely is a powerful tool in communication. That's why we love Steve Jobs, because he's very good. He was very good at storytelling. So one of the ways to eliminate barriers during your presentation is really, the first one we're going to focus on today is storytelling. That's right, storytelling. But why? Why is storytelling so memorable? Why is it that when we use story in teaching a lesson, that people may not remember everything about the lesson, but they will sure remember the story associated with that topic? Well, stories elevate the perceived value of a brand. For the most part, the brand that can tell the best stories has a greater advantage to the other brands. Story sells, and you've heard it probably so many times that story sells, because our brains are wired. That's how the brains are wired. Stories. So Definitely, story sells, and most brands know that that's one of the ways that the brands can really market themselves and talk to people, tell people about the product and services that they do and the transformation that their product and services will provide. I can't get it out, will provide for their customers. And yeah, story sells. We love stories and we can't get enough of stories. Look at social media. They're good, they're ugly, and they're good. Story is everywhere. Whether it's true or not, people love stories. That's why we're so captivated with stories. You know, when you use the story to teach a lesson, and that story can be, the lesson may be a very complex story, a very complex lesson. But if you insert story in teaching that lesson, oftentimes it's easy to swallow. That's why we love lesson. I can't get it out. I told you guys it's getting so late. That's why we love stories. Storytelling is very powerful. It's a powerful tool in relating, in teaching your topic in presentation. And it's very relatable. Story is very relatable. If you want your audience, your listeners to really lean in, get what you're saying, regardless of what it is, story is one of the ways to do so. My battery is running out. I hope my battery is about to die. I may have to come back because I can't do this. Oh my God, this is terrible.